Hello YouTube, Knife Critics here. Today I'm gonna do a comparison between two pistols. The reason I'm doing that is because these two are two of the most widely used pistols in North America. Okay, we have the 6-hour p226 here, and we have the Generation 4 Glock 22 here. So first of all, before we go on with anything, we want to make sure these pistols are safe. So magazine is already removed, so nothing here. Okay, check the chamber, nothing there, and point to a safe direction and pull the trigger. Now for the SIG. Again, magazine is already removed. Check the chamber, nothing there, and point to the same direction and pull the trigger. On the SIG, you don't have to pull the trigger. If you know it's safe, you could just do the decocking lever, and put it to safe. But it's a personal choices, really. Some people decide to pull the trigger anyway. Other people, they don't really like to dry fire their pistols, so they use the decocker, which is fine either way, whatever you like. The points to cover, I'm gonna go over briefly some of the dimensions that are people interested in: accuracy, reliability, ergonomics, and aesthetics. Okay, starting with important dimensions. The barrel length. The barrel length is very similar. On the SIG, we have 4.4 inches, and on the Glock, we have the 4.49 inch barrel. So there's not much different. You can see that on the Glock, the barrel sticks out of the slide a little bit, so that's probably where that 0.09 inch is. And on the SIG, it sits flush. So yeah, that probably accounts for the difference in the barrel already. Okay. Now, what other differences is there? Well, for one thing, the weight. The Glock, very lightweight, as you know. It's the frame is polymer. Some people don't like to call the high-tech polymer plastic. Well, if you did a search, did your research, you're gonna find out that what's plastic? Plastic is just a polymer, okay? I mean, some people don't like to call it plastic because they think it's degrading to call it plastic because it's a high-tech polymer. Well, doesn't matter. Like, if it's a high-tech polymer, it's a high-tech plastic. It is still plastic, all right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with using plastic. It's a very strong material. I mean, impervious to a lot of substances. And do not be ashamed to call it plastic. It is what it is, okay? Now, on the SIG, we have a very heavy pistol. It is 42 ounces, empty, okay? Because why? Well, this is a special iteration of the SIG. Normally on the SIGs they will have the aluminum alloy frame, but on this one it's full stainless, which is why this is so heavy. The Glock is only 22 ounces. It's a bit over 22, 22.9 something. It's almost 23 ounces, let's just say. So huge weight differences. So, and yeah, if like I'm in Canada, so carrying a pistol is not an option, so I'm not even gonna go there. But if weight is a concern to you, then obviously you want to go with the Glock. SIG is, yeah, for me it's pretty much a range gun. Well, both of them for me is a range gun. But if somebody, you guys down in the States, if you can carry, then yeah, Glock would be the way to go. Okay. The other dimension that is very different is, I don't know if you can see here. Let's see the SIG first. I don't know if you can see the thickness of the grip. It's a very, very thick grip. Okay. On the tech chart, it says 1.5 inches. I think it's a bit more than that even. So yeah, it's a thick grip. Whereas the Glock, not very thick. Okay. Now, I guess you can classify the grip angle in 2 dimensions as well, but I'm gonna talk about the ergonomics. I'm gonna cover the grip angle in ergonomics later on. Now, accuracy. How do the accuracy compare? This is a tricky one actually. Um, I shot both of these pistols, obviously. I shot them right-handed and left-handed. And it is very, very hard to tell the difference. Very hard. But I have to give the edge to the SIG. Using the same ammo, same shooting the same target at the same distance, the SIG's grouping is just a fraction smaller than the Glock. But either pistol would do a very fine job. 10 yards you can do, like within 10 yards you can do headshot, no problem. Okay? But 6 edges out the Glock just by a tiny fraction. Reliability. Well, we all want our pistols to shoot no matter what. And these two pistols are known for their reliability. And I have to tell you, it's a evenly matched. These two are evenly matched. There's no problem. From day one, I've been shooting these, and there's no problem at all. I mean, there's reports of because of the Generation 4 is really relatively new. The Glock. There's been some report regarding to the new recoil spring causing problems or the new extractor causing problems, but that's just not the case for me. Okay, for me, both of these have been running smoothly, no fail to fire, no fail to eject, nothing, zip. No malfunction at all. So absolutely reliable, no problem there. So I give these two on equal footings for reliability. Now ergonomics. This is a really personal topic, ergonomics. I mean, as you can see here, just put them together. The grip is very different. The grip angle is very different. We have on the SIG Elite stainless, we have a beaver tail here. On the SIG, you just have this little sort of just tiny bit of an extension on the plastic here. That's it. But since this is a striker filed pistol, you don't have to worry about hammer bite or anything like that. So, I mean, even on the SIG, you really don't have to worry about the hammer bite. So I don't know why the beaver tail is really necessary. I personally don't like it. I like the original the SIG design better without the beaver tail. Like if they just take this off, I think that's a classic SIG look. You add that beaver tail in, it pushes your hand down, like it pushes your grip down. I mean the SIG, the barrel is here. I mean you already have a fair distance, away. Your grip is already a fair bit of a distance away from the barrel axis, and the beaver tail just push it down even further, and that when you shoot it, it causes more felt recoil, definitely. Okay. So ergonomics, on the grip angle, I give it to the Glock, because man, you can hold this thing, your hand, you can get as close as possible to the bore axis, and this really helps with the recoil, to control the recoil. The other thing is the grip angle. For me personally, I just find the Glock a lot more comfortable to point. I think I actually shot the SIG a little bit more than the Glock, and I found that I get used to the Glock a lot quicker. Some people say when they pick up a Glock, somehow it's pointed at the floor. The opposite is true for me. Like I shoot both, and when I pick up the SIG, I have to adjust my grip. I have to sort of tilt back a little bit because the SIG is actually the one that's pointing at the floor. So for all you shooters out there looking